Hey everybody, Hat Creature here. So we finally made it to part 4. This is the last episode for Strive for Balance on Resident Evil Resistance. Unless you wonderful viewers have your own changes and you would like to share them below. But until then, we are on Nicholai. And not only are we on Nicholai, I'm also going to be revealing the final pieces of Star's balance changes. And I felt that those things were really important and couldn't just be in the comment section below. I don't mention everything that's in the comment section, but some of the things like these ones I really do have to mention. But anyway, here we are on Nicholai. He gets his own video. Okay, first off, Nemesis. Just like all the other bioweapons, he gets an ability where when he spawns in the second time, he gets more health, he lasts longer, but this time, his rocket launcher is replaced with his flamethrower. And I think that is gorgeous. Yeah. Now he doesn't say how it would work. Um, what I'm assuming is you press triangle, you pop out your flamethrower, and then you can, shoot it out for continuous damage. But I'm assuming you'd be stuck in place when you do it, just like the rocket launcher. So it sounds like a close range, powerful damage over time ability. He doesn't go into the specifics of what it does, but that's how I see it. It replaces this ability right here, Stars. Now, Stars in itself, I think is a cool ability, but to be honest, the only reason I use Stars is when I'm not using Blood Trail. Because with Blood Trail, I can do damage, more damage with Nemesis because they're tracked. That's what Stars does. But you don't really need this if you have Blood Trail. So that's why this one's getting replaced. Next up, Nemesis himself gets a general buff. His tentacle attack, the animation is faster. So no more he slowly slams his hand in the ground and eventually a tentacle attacks somebody and misses completely. This time, the animation is quicker, so it has a better chance of hitting you. That's what that means. Okay, next up. So some things are outright replaced. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. This one gets replaced. So infection detection is replaced with monitor. Increases the health and damage of creatures with ranged attacks by 25%. This includes the Nia, the Jester, and the Neo Umbrella Soldier variants. And like to say, even though Spencer and Nicholai gets their own area cards, there is a normal Neo Umbrella Soldier that is added into the base game for everyone to use. So everyone can have a Neo Umbrella Soldier, but Nicholai and Spencer have them as their own area cards as well. The normal Neo Umbrella Soldier has a Matilda, which fires, 3-round burst shots. So, anyway, Monitor makes those ranged attacks from creatures do more damage. Let's see. Which one is it? This one. So this gets replaced. So Watch Dogs is now called Self-Funded Mayhem. Killed creatures will always refund 0.5 bioenergy. This is meant to offer Nicholai a creature economy, which complements UBCS Monitor. So, with UBCS Monitor, when survivors are tracked, they do less damage, and your creatures do more damage. And then with Self-Funded Mayhem, whenever your creature finally dies, they give back 0.5 bioenergy, which isn't a lot, but it's something. It's not a whole lot, but it is something. Now, my personal opinion on this, I think it's worse than Watchdog. Watchdog gives you free creatures whenever you pop out a gun, so you can use guns and have creatures, and you can still use UBCS Monitor. And I think that has better synergy than this. But Watchdog was nerfed, but the nerf wasn't that bad. In fact, you wouldn't have to replace Watchdog. In my opinion, I think So instead of syringes and certain guns only spawning crawlers, I would just change it to where it only spawns dogs. And that has, you know, more viability than crawlers, because crawlers are pathetic. It's outright disgusting that they replaced them with crawlers. It should have been dogs. So that would be my change. Let's see. Next up. Okay, this is important. I don't fully understand this one. So, so far, let's see. Oh, I got lost. Radar pulse. Okay, so radar pulse is now a normal card. It is no longer an area card on Nicholai. If you remember, back in part 2, I mentioned that the tracker mine was supposedly going to cost 0. And, you know, this would cost 0 as well as the decoy trap. But I don't think that's a good idea, but this is why I'm bringing it up now. So, the supposed changes is this costs 2, and tracker mine costs 0. I don't necessarily agree with that just because of what Radar Pulse does. So if anyone remembers, when Nicholai came out, you know, when he was first released, and everyone said he was OP, which is a lie, I feel, because, you know, anyway. So, Radar Pulse, when it came out, cost 3. I'm pretty sure when this card came out, it cost 3. Maybe it was 2, but I'm pretty sure it cost 3. So Stars Changes has the same problem that Neobards had. The problem is that what it does doesn't justify the cost. This is shit, so it shouldn't cost 3. It doesn't do enough for it to justify it costing 3. Tracker Mine costs 1. So if this costs 3, it's supposed to be better than Tracker Mine. You know, you would want to choose Radar Pulse over the Tracker Mine because it would be more powerful, but you can't because of the cost. That's why it costs more. But it doesn't do as much as Tracker Mine. It isn't as good as Tracker Mine, and that's why they nerfed it or buffed it to cost 0. It is now a cycle card. That is why it costs 0, because it isn't good enough to cost more than the Tracker Mine. It's good, but worse enough to cost 0. See, the Crawler costs 0. It's a normal zombie, but it has no legs. So it's not good enough to cost 1. But it's, what was it? Yeah. It's good enough to cost 0, but it's not good enough to cost 1. That's what I'm trying to say. So Radar Pulse shouldn't cost 2. You're saying that this would be more powerful than the Tracker Mine, but the Tracker Mine, if it costs 0, you can just spam Tracker Mines. Just spam Tracker Mines. Clone, Tracker Mine, Quick Draw, Tracker Mine, Tracker Mine, Tracker Mine. You wouldn't be able to do that with Radar Pulse, but you can do it right now. See, the Radar Pulse is a cycle card because it doesn't do it enough. If you want it to cost 2, that's fine, but you have to add something on to Radar Pulse to justify it costing more than the Tracker Mine. It doesn't matter if it's faster than the Tracker Mine, because you're making it slower by costing 2. The Tracker Mine will be faster than Radar Pulse just because it costs 1. It's easier to put down. It costs less. So if you want to cost 2 and make it a normal card, add something onto Radar Pulse. Maybe make it last double the duration. Maybe that's what Radar Pulse can do. Maybe the Radar Pulse doubles the duration and makes the survivors automatically targeted by nearby creatures. I don't know, but it's just something to throw out there. Anyway, this gets replaced. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm not, you know, efficient in everything I do. Area 2 card is replaced with the Neo Umbrella Soldier LE5. Spawns 1 uncontrollable, I forgot to say that last time, 1 uncontrollable Umbrella Soldier that will shoot at survivors with an LE5. Fires in 3-round bursts that take off 1 second each. When it dies, it grants you 10 seconds and drops 5 ammo. It costs 3. This is also another problem. This is why Nicholai gets his own video. So, back to Spencer. Spencer's Area 2 card spawns 2 Umbrella Soldiers with Matildas. So I went into testing, and you can go into testing yourself, but I went into testing because I had a feeling that the Matilda was more powerful than the LE5. Now, it's up to you on what you feel is efficient, but the Matilda, 1 shot to the chest, no extra damage, just a base gun, to the chest, 1 bullet, close range, 218 damage. LE5, close range, 1 bullet, no extra damage. I believe it was 168. So 1 bullet from the Matilda does more damage than 1 bullet from the LE5, and you're giving 2 Matildas to Spencer and 1 LE5 for Nicholai. So Spencer's card is more powerful than Nicholai's. Even though he has an LE5, it's weaker than Spencer because their weapons do more damage and they have 2 of them. That's the problem. So I feel this is the change I would make. Nicholai, because he's a soldier, because he doesn't actually have any efficient creature passives, he would, but he's not really good at creatures. So to compensate, I think he should have 2 Umbrella Soldiers with LE5s. 4-round bursts. 4-round bursts. So 2 soldiers with LE5s that do 4-round bursts. So that would be 4 seconds total. If you get hit with all 4 bullets, that's 4 seconds. That's more powerful than a rifle, but it does less damage than the Matilda. Okay? And if you get hit by both soldiers at the same time, that's 8 seconds. So, but it doesn't do a lot of damage because it's the LE5. And then Spencer would be focusing on damage, while Nicholai's 2 soldiers would be focusing on time attack. Spencer's soldier would be focusing on damage. So I would change Spencer's Area 2 card to 1 Umbrella Soldier with a high caliber rifle. You'd have to make an entirely new model for this soldier to have. It'd be 1 soldier with a high caliber rifle. It would still take off 3 seconds, but it'd be 1 shot. 1 shot, a whole bunch of damage, but only 3 seconds. And this is the exact same thing that would happen with the Matilda, because 3-round bursts, that's 3 seconds. A lot of damage. It's the same thing, except that it's only 1 soldier with 1 shot that takes off the same amount of time that does a lot of damage. That would be my change. And I say that because Spencer can spam creatures. He can spam anything he wants. Traps, guns, creatures, anything. So because he can spam anything, his area card should be a focused damage. So you have a whole bunch of creatures on the field, but 1 soldier with a sniper rifle taking pot shots at the survivors. Nicholai, on the other hand, he has gun-mounted cameras all over the place, and he has soldiers running around the place with automatic weapons. Because he can't have a lot of creatures. Because his economy can't support a whole bunch of creatures like Annette or Spencer, he has a few soldiers with concentrated power for time attack. That would be my change, and that feels like Nicholai. Because he is a mercenary, he is an Umbrella Soldier. So it would make sense to continue to center around guns and the military. That feels good to me. That would be my change. And don't forget, he has the area card for 2 soldiers, and then he can manually put a normal one with a Matilda in his deck. So there's that too. Next up, Area 3, the leg hold trap, is reduced to a 3 cost and is a normal card. That is because the normal leg hold trap was reduced to 2. So the leg hold trap now, 2, and then the reinforced leg hold trap, 3, and it's a normal card. It is now replaced with the Neo Umbrella Soldier Mutant. This one has an LE5, it costs 4, but when it dies, it mutates into a random 4-cost creature that retains all its buffs. So when you kill this particular soldier, it can turn into, you know, a tough zombie. It can turn into an infectious detonator, a partially armored zombie, a Nia. It'll just randomly turn into one of those things when that one dies. Let's see. And I think that's cool. And that just makes sense because, you know, technically, he's infected with a virus, he dies, and then he comes back as a zombie. That's literally what's happening. And I think that's awesome. Next up, Tactical Shields costs 3, and it does not pause bioenergy. Let's see. So this is considered a buff card first, not affected by farm efficiency. Activates a 10-second camera shield. Oh, this was edited. Okay, I can tell, because that's not what it said before. So this lasts 10 seconds. Camera shield notes remain. Wait, what? Wait. Okay, wow, yeah, this is totally different from what it used to be. Not affected by farm. Activates a 10-second camera shield notes remain. Oh, wow. Okay, so tactical shields cost 3. It does not pause bioenergy. Okay, but instead of affecting all cameras, it targets your camera with the shield for 10 seconds, and it loads a random gun. It might be a machine gun. It might be the AP Gator. It might be an infectious machine gun. It might be a high caliber rifle. Any gun that is in the game, it will randomly turn into. And it will have a shield for 10 seconds. And it costs 3. Wow. What gun costs 3? So that's more than this. Yeah. It's less than this. But it's more than these. It is not affected by firearm efficiency. That's what it was. Okay. That's a powerful card, and that is completely worthy of being an Area 3 card. That is badass, man. That would be really good with Clone. So discount it to 2, and then you use it, go to another camera with Clone, use that one, and then you have 2 cameras with a random gun, with a really long shield. I don't think the shield should be 10 seconds. But yeah, that's a powerful card. And then you can use Quick Draw and Shuffle. Holy shit! Quick Draw and Shuffle mod. Holy shit, yeah. The shield should not last 10 seconds. That's too long. Yeah. Because you can make an entire deck with Shuffle mod in Area 3 and just get this card and just keep spamming this card for an obscenely cheap gun with a really long shield. And that would be worse than Infinite Shield Spencer. That would be worse than Auto Shield mod. So yeah, reduce the time for the shield. He did it. Thank you, Stars. You did it. Okay. They didn't do this last time. Thank you for editing it. Sniper mod. He didn't change Sniper mod last time. Sniper mod becomes a buff card for 1 cost. Any turrets or firearms used within 10 seconds of activating this card have infinite duration. Okay, I get it. So the Sniper mod, it's no longer a mod. It's kind of like discount. So it turns into an effect card, and any gun you activate during the time of that effect has an infinite duration. So yeah, so instead of it being a mod, it's an effect card. That's what it is. So yeah, that's awesome. But I think it still has the problem that the sniper mod has right now. So while it's a cool change, I don't think it actually fixes it. Because the problem with the sniper mod is that it's not a mod. That's not the problem with the mod. The problem is that it's an area card. The problem is that the only other turret in the game is an area card on the same area. Because it's an area 2 card, you can only use the turret rifle and the turret machine gun. That's it. When you get to area 2, you still only have one turret. And so it barely has any use until you get to area 3. So it doesn't start helping you until area 3. I guess you could use it the same way as tactical shields. You could have shuffle mod, you can have quick draw. You could click the sniper mod buff card, pop out the turret rifle, and then hopefully you can cycle your deck quick enough to get the turret rifle again. But you can do that now with the mod, so that's not really changing anything. Yeah, so I wouldn't really call that a buff. It's cool though. It's cool. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to so that's Nicholai, everybody. Those are the changes to Nicholai. But now I'm gonna move on to some of the other things that I am putting in the comment section but need to be talked about, because serious opinion on these things. So new creature card, Palehead, spawns an uncontrollable zombie that can only be killed by the Lightning Hawk or fire damage, but it can be incapacitated like the Ivy. It costs 5. Now I think that's too powerful. That's too much. That is not an area card, by the way. Anyone can use this. And if anyone can use this, then that means Spencer and Annette can use this in Area 1, and it only costs 5. Because of Annette's ability, she can make creatures cost -2. 1 with the ability, 1 with the mod, and then with discount, she can minus it by 1. And then with this, she can make it minus by 2. So, see this? Right now, this costs 3 on Annette. The Palehead costs 3 right now in Area 1. Discount, it now costs 2. Energy Booster, it now costs 1. So you have a 1-cost creature in Area 1 that cannot be killed unless someone has a torch. And the torch may not even spawn. And that's not including all the other creatures that she can spawn. That's not even taking into account that she might have the Ivy mod as well. It's too powerful to cost 5. That's my opinion. I think it should cost 7. I think it should cost 7. Just because Annette and Spencer can... Annette and Spencer can just break the game for everybody now. If it costs 5, it'd be way too powerful. Too much. So if it's 7, the max they can get it down to is, let's see, 7, so -2, it's 5, -1, it's 4, -2 more, it's 2, okay. Yeah, that's still too powerful. That's still too powerful. It would cost 2. Yeah, fun fact, you can make the liquor cost 2. With this strategy. With this strategy right here. -1, -1, -1, that's 3. And if you have enough energy, because you only use 2 energy, pop this out, that's -2. So I think the Palehead, goodness gracious, it's too powerful to cost 7, because it's, you know, stronger than a liquor. It's stronger than a liquor. It's just like the Ivy, and that's why the Ivy is a mod. So I think maybe... yeah. So the Palehead, it should either be another legendary card, just like the Ivy, or just take away the fact that it can only be killed by a Torch and Lightning Hawk. Yeah. So instead of being able to only be killed by those 2 weapons, I would say that the Ivy is easier to kill with the Torch and the Lightning Hawk. Yeah, I would say that. It's easier to kill the Palehead with the Torch or the Lightning Hawk. So in Area 1, they have a Torch, and it would incentivize people to use the Torch. The Torch is a horrible weapon, but, you know, if there's a Palehead or an Ivy, then they can buy the Torch and then use it because it's easier to kill it. Or in Area 3, they get the Lightning Hawk, and it's easier to kill it. But what does it do now? Well, the Palehead maybe has a natural 15% damage resistance like the Nia. Maybe the Palehead has a 20% damage resistance. Okay. You know what? The Palehead. Okay, the Palehead cannot be controlled, right? So the Palehead cannot be controlled by Daniel. It cannot be controlled by anybody. So because it cannot be controlled, give it a 50% damage resistance. That's the same damage resistance that you would give it when you control it. And if anybody says that 50% damage resistance is too strong, Daniel would like a word with you. Because there's a reason that Daniel needs health equipment in order to stand a chance with endurance. Because 50% is nothing. And because it's nothing, that's why I would give the Palehead 50% damage resistance. Because it cannot be controlled. But the Torch and the Lightning Hawk would make it easier to kill. And that would justify costing 5. That would justify costing 5. That would be my change to the Palehead. Next up, a new creature card. I'm going back to the liquor. The Hunter Beta. Cost 5. Now, the Hunter Beta is huge. It is big. While the liquor takes up a lot of space horizontally, the Hunter Beta takes up a lot of space vertically. So it's just another thing that can body block. It's another creature that has a lot of mass. It's another creature that's really fast and has weird, horrible animations, just like the liquor. So this is the Hunter Beta is the liquor 2.0. What does the liquor do? Well, if you have too many liquors in the game, it causes the game to crash. If you have too many liquors in the game, it causes other people to DC and get disconnected from the game because the game cannot handle too many liquors. So I don't think it should cost 5. It should cost the same cost as a liquor. Now Stars Changes makes the liquor cost 6, so I guess the Hunter Beta should cost 6. Yeah, that would be my change. But you know, if the game had dedicated servers, maybe that wouldn't be a problem, though. I don't know, though. I would say, if dedicated servers would fix that problem, then make it cost 5. But if liquors can crash the game, then the betas can crash the game. And that's why it should cost the same as a liquor. Next up, equipment that's taken out. Very important. I might miss a few things. This gets taken out. Reinforced bearing, gone. Because base camera rotation speed is increased. So basically, this becomes base. And I think that's a fair choice. Because, you know, just because you can move faster doesn't make you better. You know, sure, you can look at someone quick, but can you actually see them? Can you actually hit them? No, because you have 0 hand-eye coordination. Doesn't matter how fast you are. You still suck. Let's see. What was the other one? We already know cooling fans are removed. Thermal grease is removed. Modified gear is removed. Because it becomes base. So I think this one, they didn't say, but modified gear, I'm saying modified gear 1. So modified gear 1 and 2 are gone, they're taken out of the game, and I believe modified gear 1 becomes base. So your cameras can now naturally load guns faster and move faster. Therefore, the equipment is taken out because it's base. Is this too powerful? No. I would say that it makes the auto shield mod... it kind of makes the auto shield mod OP. Because it's base. Just because it's base. Because the auto shield mod is really only powerful when you have modified gear. So you would only use it with modified gear. And then it becomes super powerful. Can it be stopped? Of course. Of course it can. But it requires a lot of effort. It requires too much effort on the team, because most teams are stupid. Fact. Just watch me play games. I insult everybody. For a reason. So... maybe you should take that into account as well. I'm not sure. But anyway, that is all I had to talk about for the changes. All the rest of the changes will be in the comment section below. If I missed anything, they'll be down there. Thank you, Stars, for giving me the opportunity to share these balance changes. I understand not everybody enjoys them, some people don't like them, but you know, everybody has a different opinion. And that's why I enjoy doing this. These are your changes, and I had a great time, you know, showcasing them. If anyone else has changes, you know, please feel free to share. We're a community. We should rally together, not tear each other apart. If we tear each other apart, well, then the game dies. We are not enemies. Survivors, masterminds, just because we enjoy playing different roles doesn't make us the enemy. Just because I'm a Mastermind main doesn't mean I don't enjoy playing Survivor. If you think I'm biased for, you know, doing this, well then that's your problem. If you don't like me because I'm a Mastermind main, then you are choosing to make me the enemy. That means you're the problem. I don't know you. I don't have anything against you. Until you have anything against me. I'm just playing the game. I just want people to be happy. So, you know, this whole thing about, you know, you're on this side, I'm on this side, that's just ridiculous. You're choosing to hate someone for no fucking reason. You're the problem. So please share your opinions. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoy, please remember to press that like button. It helps more people find my videos. It helps everybody grow. And as always, have a great day.